To come straight away to the lady here in the khaki greeny colour. Can I come to yourself, sweetheart? Because I know that I'm very drawn to a gentleman's spirit side of life as well, and I want to be on a fatherly level there. And I know that I am drawn to the chest area, so I know that there would have been a problem there in my heart. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. But I'm actually drawn to the valves on the left-hand side of my heart. Now, there would have been a problem there with the valves opening and closing, because that's what I'm drawn to as well. And there's also a restriction there with the artery, so I know that there would have been an angina kind of condition. You understand? Okay. Well, that's what he's telling me, and I know that we're in the right place. So I know that as I'm working with him, and I know that I just want to be coming through and just give you a bit of a G-up. Do you understand?
Yes.
I want to come around and I want to give you that hug, but I also want to give you a G up in the right direction. Now, as I'm working with him, I've got a gentleman that can actually turn his hand to anything.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
He's actually just given me a devolt. Can you understand where I would have a devolt? I've got a drill here, so I know
yes,
that because
yes.
he's quite technical. He says you're catching up slowly.
Yes.
All right, but he's just mentioning to me that not to put anything mechanical in your hands.
Yes.
And we'll leave it there. All right. Okay. But I know that I'm being shown drills and everything, because I know that, you know, I'm very practical, very hands-on. If there's something needs fixing, I'm going to do it. All right, and I'm going to do an absolutely darn good job. Now, I know that he would have gone to neighbours and friends and been able to help them out as well. But never charge. Do you understand? You know, I'd always do a favour for a favour, because you were brought up to understand that if you give with a willing heart, it would always be rewarded in a lot of different ways. Okay. Now, he's making me aware that, you know, I wouldn't really believe in all of this. You'd understand that as well.
Yes.
Because I know as he's coming through, I'm thinking, come on then. And trying to prise him to come forward is quite, you know, something else. Because he's just feeling a little bit unsure. It's not something that he'd actually have believed in when he was here. But surprise, surprise, he's straight through for you this evening. Now, there must be cards that are still here pertaining to when he'd have actually sent birthday cards and Christmas cards and things, so they must still be here. And he's actually shown me a collection of a memory box which would have been kept together, cardboard box which is all together in a loft, and that's what he's actually showing me. So I'm not going to change the information that he's given me. All right. But I'm also taken to a little van. So I know that there would have been a little van connection there, and I've got a little white van, but this is like a little escort van, do you understand? And I know that as I'm opening the back, I know that the doors, everything is all racked out there, so I've got everything in. But he's showing me the racking has got little compartments. Okay, so I've got most of my screws, my nuts, my bolts and everything there. On the right-hand side of this van, which is very important as far as work is concerned as well, that, you know, I do have all of the racking with the hooks, because that's where all the power tools go. He's also showing me a little red toolbox here, so I know that as I'm opening the toolbox, this would be snap-on. Okay, so I know that I've just seen snap-on, so I've got 4 drawers there in the toolbox. Okay. I want to be going into the garage as well, because he's just taken me into Aladdin's cave here.
Yes.
We're going in for a rummage, is that all right? Okay. Because I know that as I'm opening the garage door, and I want to be up and over. All right, I know to start with, it was 2 wooden doors with 6 panels of glass in the top of it, but I know that I'm changing, I'm up and over. I'm going into the garage, and I know that I don't see any windows in this, for security reasons, all right. And I know that it's all racked out as well. Everything, I've seen all copper pipe, I'm seeing bits and pipes and everything all at the top. Okay, but I've got more piping than you get at B&Q, because if I can get a buy one, get one free, that's what I'm getting. And anything that was left over on any job, I'd actually hang on to that as well, and that's what he's shown me. All right. Very industrious gentleman, and loved you to bits. I do feel as though that this would have been the first opportunity that I've been able to come through, all right, since I've been in the spirit world, and what a message to go home with tonight. Okay, to know without a shadow of a doubt that he's thinking of you. Now, I'm also aware, because he's just been showing me the white feathers, All right, so I know that there would be. It's a sign that the spirit world give us, and it's the easiest sign for them to show us that they're always around. And when we send out those thoughts, that knowledge, they reciprocate with doing all of the white feathers and things. Now, I know that he's been trying to place white feathers in your way, but you have to open your eyes and actually see them. All right, now, I'm also aware of animals and pets when you were younger, and we've got quite a few little funerals going on. Everything had to be buried properly, and we'd stay and stand there and we'd be very, very solemn. Now, I'm not going to give you a message from a rabbit, all right, but I do have a little rabbit spirit side of life as well. But I know that I do have one ear up and one ear down, so I am giving that to you. Can you understand the love of Watership Down? I'm not going to change that because he's just shown me Watership Down, so I'm not going to change that. All right. I'm just going to hang on here, and I want to come on to Mum's side of the family now, because I know that I do have a grandma on Mum's side of the family that wants to come through and be connected to you. Now, I do feel as though that she would have seen you grow up more from the spirit side of life. All right. But that doesn't mean that she hasn't seen you grow up here. Okay. Now, I have a very distinguished lady. I have somebody that called a spade, but I also want somebody that is not as completely politically correct as you would have nowadays. All right. I know that there's plenty of photos of her in lots of different guises, because she's making me aware of being quite flamboyant. All right, so I want to be flamboyant, but you scratch the surface with her. And I'm quite reserved. When I'm outside, I'm something different. When I'm in the home, I'm something completely different as well. Now, I know that there would be a connection. You need to validate this for me. But I know that there's a connection there to Morecambe Bay, because she's just actually taken me down to Morecambe Bay. All right, you can say no, but she said it twice to me. So I am going to leave that with you. Sweetheart, just know, without a shadow of a doubt, that your loved ones are only ever a thought away. And not too many Magnum ice creams, my gentlemen, please.
Sheila.
You understand?
Absolutely, yes.
I've just said to her, give me something that's going to sort of like knock her socks off. And he's just said, tell her not too many Magnum ice creams, because I'm keeping an eye on her. All right. But it's buying the box and eating the lot. All right, so I will give you that wonderful piece of evidence and say, God bless you, and thank you very much for working with me. Thank you. You see, so many times